happening, Internet? We're finally here! The last episode of Volume 5 and...
Not the last episode, you idiot.
Oh, son of a bitch! I was hoping to be done with these before December.
No such luck for us.
Anyways, guys, let's jump into the recap. Not that any of you give a damn. Admit it! You just skip all this so you can get to the part where you can criticize my criticism.
But, back with Ruby and the gang, we saw them arrive at Haven Academy at the request of a clearly I'm not up to anything Leonardo, where we see that he is clearly up to something. Turns out that Raven has joined the bad guys, which really doesn't make much sense. Isn't she a bandit leader? Isn't that technically already a bad guy? But poor little old naive Ruby still believes that there is goodness in the heart of the mother that ditched her kid, said that anyone following Ozpin was a fool, and has presumably been murdering and marauding ever since. Well, Raven quickly puts an end to that by showing that she's teamed up with Two-Face, just before attempting to kill her brother. Yeah, I know how you feel, Crow. My older sibling has tried to kill me many times too. Still does. And the fight then began, where we got to see Oscar take on Leo, who upon seeing his cane, realizes that the headmaster of Beacon has found another boy to slip into. God, that's fucking creepy. And while the fighting is going on, the White Fang has begun laying charges to blow Haven's transmit tower sky high, where with them we see Adam overseeing it all, away from the fight and our girls. Because no one wants a repeat of Volume 3. Well, I guess Miles and Kiri didn't get the memo because...
What you say? That you only meant well, cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best.
And since we know that's going to be a pointless feat, let's get into today's episode and see how Weiss is going to survive being pierced by Cinder.
I think that sums up a manga I have of them.
Well, I would prefer to keep my innocence about that topic. Just start the episode.
My best girl was just shish kebab. You really think I'm interested in the intro? Skip!
Weiss!
Ice?
Weiss!
Mice?
Weiss!
Lice?
Weiss!
Twice?
Weiss!
Miles, can you check your microphone? Your audio is all fucked up.
No, it just turns out that it was Jean shouting out to his new potential ship.
Not gonna happen. It's White Rose forever, not White Knight forever.
Also, is anyone gonna do something? What, is this like when the kids are playing and something happened and now you're worried that mom is gonna crack down on all of you?
Holy cow, I'm totally going so fast. Oh, fuck!
You know, it's all fun and games until someone gets speared in the liver. You didn't learn your lesson once? Well, you're bound to repeat it. Well, Oscar then decides that he's going to...
God, that's funny. But more in the laughing at you than with you kind of way, because I know you guys are trying to make that scene look serious.
Just imagine putting a sound effect to that. God, that's amazing.
Do it again, but use this one.
Back it!
Classic.
Well, Oscar and Nora try to revive Ruby as through Leo, Hazel discovers that Ozpin has returned.
Ozpin? Ozpin! Oh no. You thought you could hide from me?
He's not really hiding, man. He has no choice but to be in that little boy. I know it sounds creepy, just roll with it!
Anyways, Hazel seems to lose it as he falls off the wagon and begins using again. If you or anyone you know suffers from dust addiction, please call the number on your screen. It's never too late. Seeing Ozpin's back and Hazel's causing a distraction, Cinder orders Leo to open up the spring vault, reminding them to leave Ruby alive. Yang tries to stop them, but is blocked by the dynamic duo. Back with Weiss and the Stalker.
Ren, talk to me.
This is bad.
No, sure, shitlock!
We return to Hazel beating the crap out of a little boy. We all do terrible things when we're using, but that's not the real us. It's never too late.
I can quit anytime I want. Jesus, that's weak shit.
Please, let me take over. I can handle him.
You told me I needed to fight for myself.
Not when you're about to be murdered, you dingus!
Well, Ozpin agrees with me as Hazel is dead set on killing the kid/headmaster as he blames him for his little sister's death during the training mission. Wow, you blame Ozpin because your sister chose to become a huntress and then was killed likely by a Grimm who are controlled by Salem, but you're fine working for the witch? Why are all the villains' motivations well, Well, as Osmond takes over, we cut back to Weiss, where upon her fading, it seems that we finally get to see Jean's semblance again. It seems that his aura is flowing into Weiss, healing her.
Son, what do you think you're doing?
It's consensual, I swear.
Saying that she's unconscious? I don't think so.
Anyways, upon seeing that everyone else is getting their asses kicked and she ain't doing shit, Ruby decides to go help.
Whatever you're doing, don't stop.
Then don't pull his hands away, idiot.
Oscar needs help.
I'm on it.
Jean and Weiss still need cover.
That's my White Rose.
Okay, make it happen, Ranger. Team Junior.
No one cares.
Ruby then leaps in to protect her mother from another mother.
Thanks, sis. You okay?
No. I'm angry.
And you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Back with the three amigos, they reach the vault and holy crap! What is with these schools and having underground cathedrals? No wonder why tuition's so frickin' high. After letting the lady go first, kinda weird, I thought they all were ladies.
Well, according to the internet, they technically are. I mean, Feuda's technically.
Anywho,
As the three approach the vault door, it seems to come alive. Vernal walks forward to unlock it, but a trap is sprung as the double crossers are double crossed as Cinder Yeah, it looks like Cinder's left arm was replaced with Mr. Noodle's arm as she saps the maiden's powers away from the red herring.
What is this? Where's the power? You won't find it, because Vernal isn't the Spring Maiden. I am!
What a twist!
and that's the end of the episode. And wow, that was a turnabout! And a good one at that! Even the combat was improved, alongside some progress to the story.
Let's not forget that my waifu is still alive. That's the most important thing.
It seems like a lot of effort was put into the end of the season, and a good thing too. Normally when it comes to stories like this, you want to ensure that your focus is first put towards ensuring that the beginning, end, and key middle points are all done correctly. That way, if you make a mistake or fail to do or do well on something, it will likely be the unimportant stuff that most viewers won't focus too much on, whereas each of the former will be remembered long after the people are done watching the show. And by shaping up some of the choreography and delivering to us some intriguing bits of history to the world and the characters, they help ensure that our focus will be on the show and not on our phones, you entitled millennials.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna post a terrible tweet about you, Gramps, as soon as I'm done watching boobs.
And while there is some key bits here and there that they didn't exactly work out well, most of the beginning of the third act has worked out pretty nicely.
And since I complained about it to high heaven last time, let's start out with the action scene.
First and foremost, let's re-establish that the fact that Monty was a completely unique mind and replicating his work would be damn near impossible for anyone at Rooster Teeth right now. Especially since Roman is gone now. But they did do a much better job here. Focusing less on style and more on impact was probably the way to go, as again, no one knows how to replicate it yet. So instead, they seem to be going for more dramatic moments, and I can't say that it didn't work. They did well in making Hazel feel large and immovable, with titanic steps and thunderous blows from his sailor arms. And it seems that they indeed took their time this time, as the action doesn't feel rushed or chaotic as last episodes. Mixing fighting styles again brings the action to an interesting level, as we see a speed-based fighter take on someone slower but heavier. True, Osmond should have gone with a sword or spear or something that wasn't a wooden stick. He isn't one of your students anymore, Oz, so stop smacking him around like you got the answer wrong and kill the fool.
However, taking some time to inject some character drama into the battle also helped raise the stakes, as it got the audience to think.
What are you saying? We weebs have good brain. Me think well.
It's interesting that throughout the first half of the season, so far we've spent seeing Osmond as the hero, flawed with secrets, but nothing out of the ordinary, as he had good intentions. But as we got closer to the end of the season, more and more of those secrets have been unveiled, and with the confessions of Raven and Hazel, we begin to wonder if the old headmaster is really all that good. No doubt Hazel's sister knew what the dangers were of becoming a huntsman, but as seen with Raven, the old creep has put others in danger before, and through not revealing enough to them has left them wary and untrusting of the wizard's decisions. And while I have no doubt that he isn't evil, as some have suggested, it does paint a pleasant, complicated, and conflicting character for him. Another with a complex past that is hinted at is Vernal. Though it turns out that she isn't the Spring Maiden after all, it makes things all the more interesting as we wonder what brought her to such loyalty that she would be willing to act as a diversion for Raven. She says that the tribe is her family and all she has. So while we don't know much about her, the conviction in her voice is enough for us for now. And moving from character to world, I've already stated that I believe nearly from day one of the RWBY character short that the change in the animation style was worth it, and here we are given another instance of that. Seeing the Tree of Knowledge, hey, I just got that. But seeing and watching it come to life shows that 3D animation can be just as beautiful as its forebear.
It certainly can. Oh, yes, sweetheart. Jump, jump. You can do it.
And the history that we get from it is also breathtaking. Wondering alongside our villainous companions, how long has it been since the Spring Maiden walked this cavern? Since the last time the door was opened? Since the last time one has seen beyond its threshold? And how many have seen just the room itself? Usman said that he built the schools over the resting places of the relics, but did he have a hand in making this as well? At the moment, we can only wonder. But something that we don't need to wonder about is seeing Jean's semblance, as this hasn't been the first time. If some of you don't know, the crewbie was asked what Jean's semblance may be, and Miles responded saying that we already have seen it. Well, if you remember back in the very first volume, you'd spot it yourself. Back when Pyrrha first unlocked it, and when he was attacked by Carden, both times he suddenly and miraculously healed. There are possibly others, but through those two, we have seen Jean's aura amplify to help him or others. It doesn't seem to be a way to heal, but a way to strengthen the abilities that already come with aura. The three basics are healing, physical prowess, and the amount one can use their semblance in battle. And judging by what he's done for himself and how he's helping Weiss, it does seem like he is using his aura, to which according to a certain ash pile,
you have a lot of it,
to heal Weiss's wounds.
Alright, boys, save my waifu, and I may forgive you for failing the other.
I didn't know you were okay with the White Knight ship.
Hell no! But you can't have the white rose without the white part.
Racist.
Cállate, gringo.
Anyways, another interesting reveal in this chapter came to us by the villains, and we now know what Salem meant by Cinder learning to control it.
It was only for a moment, but it's something that we haven't seen before. Fusing Grimm to human. It's a weird and scary thing to be for sure, but there are some questions brought up. How is this possible? Are Grimm a kind of magic that Salem has control over? Is it possible that through her tampering with this force, she became corrupted? Will Cinder fall to it as well?
Yes! And let it be so painful and horrible that it leaves her a mangled corpse, wheezing for breath. That smirking, ass-licking, waifu-killing, crap-eating.
So many questions and so many implications from just a few moments of screen time. But none are more fascinating than learning that Raven is the Spring Maiden. We've had a few hints throughout the volume. She almost always wears her mask, hiding her eyes. She kept Vernal close to her. And most intriguing of all is that it was she that the Spring Maiden turned to when she ran. We know that the powers can only transfer to someone who was important to the Maiden and was the last being that they thought of. So does this mean that before Raven turned, that Spring and her were friends? Or is it like with Cinder, did Raven steal the powers from her? And in either case, what will this mean for her future? Certainly Salem is not going to let a maiden roam free, and she already has stated her mistrust of Osmond. So what will this bird do? Will she be chained, or will she be caged?
Anyways, this episode was great and a great build up to the final climactic battle of Volume 5. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they end the season with a bang and a blast, and not a whimper and a futt like they did last time.
Boo! Ren's fight was great.
In any course, guys, I'm looking forward to it all. So until next week, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and share it with your RWBY friends. Subscribe for more and leave a comment telling me what you thought. I'm Ricardo, the Cynical Critic. With me, no movie's sacred, no video is safe, but all deserve a chance. I'll catch you guys next time. Toodles! Where's the money, Lebowski? You want that money, Lebowski? Where's the fucking money, shithead?
Surprise, motherfucker.